The secret to the eBay algorithm, instead of figuring out exactly what the algorithm is, today's video we're going to think about and change our mindset into what the purpose of the algorithm is. Because it's an AI, it is constantly changing. And so if I do this video and then in 2 days it's going to change again, this is part of why eBay doesn't share with us the algorithm, because it is so intelligent and it's constantly changing. However, there are 4 confirmed algorithm boosts that I'm going to share in today's video, as well as best SEO practice that you should absolutely be doing to make more sales. But let's talk about what the algorithm is doing, and then I'll share 5 things with you on how to appease the algorithm simply by understanding what it's doing. In understanding what the algorithm's doing, you're going to be able to make sales and get the most exposure on eBay because you're really truly understanding what it's doing. So even as it's changing and the times are changing and eBay's changing, it's not so much about checking a box on the algorithm, it's about what is the purpose of the algorithm. So the algorithm's purpose, it is the back end. eBay wants to make money. We want to make money, right? That's why we're selling. That's why eBay has a platform. They want to make money. So what it is doing, the algorithm is trying to figure out, it's gathering data on sellers, on stores, on listings to figure out what has the best chance of conversion, of sale. What seller is going to make the most sellers, and what seller is going to get the most people to come back and make more sales. What listing has the best chance of a sale, and it's collecting all of this data in the background to figure out, should I be showing this store more? If you have 100 items for sale and you are selling all of those items every single month, eBay's algorithm is going to figure that out and keep pushing your store out, because they don't know you personally. They look at the data and they say, hey, this person is selling every single thing that they're listing. Whatever it is, I want to keep showing that to customers because they like it. It's the same with a listing. It's the same with a store, right? So if you can figure out how to build items, build stores that eBay is liking, that is going to appease customer data, that people are going to convert into sales, that is what is going to get you more sales. The algorithm will pick that up. So let's get into 5 things that you can do that are going to appease the algorithm. Not because it's a box to check, but because it is going to change that buyer behavior. It is going to give that data to eBay to say, hey, this is worthy of showing to buyers because it is going to convert. So like I said, I'm going to be sharing 5 things that you can do. At the end of the video, we're going to get into 4 things that are confirmed. Those are things that you can check on a box, best practices for the algorithm. So the first thing, actually, let's not show the screen just yet. But the first thing that you can do is item specifics. And let's show the screen, actually. The first thing you can do is item specifics. And I know everybody hates this, but the reason for item specifics is you want to get in front of your potential buyer. If you are selling a pair of Levi's and no one ever sees a pair of Levi's, let's say you're selling a pair of Levi's and it comes up when someone's searching for a stuffed animal. They're not going to buy that item because that's not what they're looking for. The first way to get good data is to get in front of customers that have the potential of buying your item. And this is going to be item specifics. And this is why. As you're going through, we're looking at a pair of Levi's. Let's say I am a buyer. Start thinking from the buyer's perspective. I am a buyer. I want a pair of Levi's jeans. All of these categories on the left-hand side are your item specifics, right? On the back end, as you're making a listing, these are all the item specifics. The more of these that you have checked off that are correct, the better chance you have of getting in front of the buyer who wants to buy your item. If the buyer wants to buy your item, it's going to convert to a sale. If you can convert to a sale, eBay is going to say, hey, this buyer is converting their items to sales. I'm going to keep showing this sellers these types of listing and this seller, right? So getting in front of the right buyer is the first thing that you can be doing. And item specifics is one of those ways. Don't fill out item specifics to fill out that blue box. If you are getting in front of a buyer that is not the right buyer for you, you're just filling out the boxes to have all the items checked, you're going to get in front of a buyer that's not for you. It's not going to convert. You're not going to get page clicks, and that item is going to start being suppressed by the algorithm because it's not doesn't have good data behind it to say, hey, someone might actually buy this. So fill out as many item specifics as possible to show up in searches that people actually want to buy your item, right? That is the purpose of item specifics. And then the second thing is going to be similar, and on the best practice on the back end of this, listing daily is also going to help you. And one reason, it's not because of the eBay algorithm, it's not because if you list list daily, eBay likes it. However, one of the metrics, to remain a top rated seller, which is saying, hey, this is what we do like, is to have so many listings. But the reason that listing daily really matters from a buyer behavior perspective is you have up here on this sort. One of the ways that you can sort is newly listed. Any of these check boxes you want to come up. The more places that you come up in search that is relative to what you want, the more chances you have of a buyer clicking on that item. They can't buy the item until they click on the item. They cannot click on the item until they can find the item. So the more chances you have of coming up in searches, the better chance you have of conversion. Now, coming up in searches that are relevant to what you are selling. If you have a pair of Levi jeans and you're clicking things just to click them and it goes to home and garden, someone's not going to buy that, right? And so it's not going to convert. It's going to start getting suppressed because eBay's like, no one's buying this. I'm going to stop showing it. No one's clicking on it because it's coming up in searches that are not relevant. Coming in newly listed. This goes into, look at all of these filters that you can be selecting, as many that are relevant to you as possible, the better chance you have of getting clicks, of getting page views, of chances of someone buying. The more clicks you get, the more page views you get, the more eBay is going to say, hey, I'm going to keep showing this because people are interested in it, right? And those are two ways that you can get more clicks and get that data behind you for eBay to keep showing it. The next thing is promoted listings. And this is going to be, I will link a video up here on how to decide if it's right for you. Promoted listings, you are paying eBay to show it on their site, right? It's going to be like a marketing. Let's say you had a brick and mortar and you are paying magazines to show it to their subscribers. You are paying internet, you're paying to be up on Google, so Google shows it to everyone on Google. That's what promoted listings is. eBay has millions of buyers. You are paying them an extra fee to show it to their buyers. And the thing with doing promoted listings is, friends, if you look here, we're going to go ahead and click on, so you want to come up and search. Those are the first two things. The thing that promoted listings is going to do is, let's say someone clicks on this item and says, okay, this is interesting. Maybe I want it. They scroll down. Similar items. This is what promoted listings does. This is where promoted listings puts you. It puts you at the top of the search, but it also puts you in up to over 30 places on eBay that are going to show your item to potential buyers. Similar, if you make a good listing, relative, you click those, eBay can figure out, hey, this is a pair of Levi's. These are also a pair of Levi's, similar type of style. I'm going to show it to them. So as they're looking at somebody else's item, it's showing the promoted listing items that you have promoted in up to 30 different places on eBay. The more eyes you can get on your item, the better. In category or in places that people are going to want to buy it. And this is where making a good listing, doing the item specifics, making good photos, making a good listing is the best thing. If eBay shows your listing to someone and people aren't clicking on it because it's not the correct information, it's not a good photo, they can't tell what it is, that's actually going to do worse in the algorithm because no one's clicking on it. You're not going to get a good click through. You're not going to get page views. All these impressions and statistics and data points that eBay gives us, they're for a reason. It's tracking how well your items are selling, how well your store is tracking. Is eBay going to keep pushing it out? The next thing you can do is free returns. And this is going to be completely up to you whether it's for your business or not. I will link a video up here. I have gone through and shown you how to set up free returns, but then also how to figure out if it's right for you. It's not going to be right for you. The reason that this is going to help you is this is what people are expecting. This is based off of buyer behavior. If people see free returns. Let's say there's 2 pairs of Levi jeans and one has free returns and one does not. The one with free returns is gonna get clicked on more often. Buyers want that free returns. They're used to it. You can go to any store and you can return an item. You can go buy something on Amazon and you can return it for free. You can drop it off at UPS to return it, right? It's just the way that our culture is right now. It is the standard, and if you can stay with the standard, and you're gonna get more clicks if there's 2 different items. The more clicks that you're having, the more eBay is gonna say, okay, people are clicking on this item, they like it. So it's definitely going to do it. And then the other thing is one-day handling. Now, again, I know this is not going to work for everybody. Obviously, you have to do what is right for you. If you can't get to the post office every day, it's better to have 2-day handling and not miss that, right? Because this is buyer behavior. It's not about making eBay happy. It's about making buyers happy, right? That's why eBay has all of these in place and promotes you, because they know that it makes the buyers happy. If someone says, hey, I'm going to ship an item today and it doesn't get shipped out until tomorrow, not only does that make you as a seller look bad, it makes eBay look bad. And those buyers are not going to come back if they go to eBay multiple times, and that keeps happening with different buyers. So definitely try and do the one-day handling if you can. People expect, I can order something on Amazon today and get it this afternoon. Obviously, that's not going to happen for most people on eBay, but the quicker you can do it, that is what buyers are used to. And again, you have 2 listings and one can ship today and one can ship in 3 days. Who is going to pick it? Which one is going to get more clicks and eBay is going to show more often? So those are 5 things that you can do. It's not necessarily eBay has confirmed they're in the algorithm, but if you can make good listings and get clicks, those are going to get shown more often. And as things change and evolve, if you understand this concept of what the algorithm is doing, you can take it anywhere. For all of the different features that come out and all of the different things, appeasing the algorithm, knowing what it's doing instead of how to appease it and just check that box. So now there's 4 things that are actually confirmed. eBay has said, or they are SEO best practice, either from eBay or Google. The first thing is free shipping. I recently went to eBay headquarters. I will link a video up here. I was there for 5 days prepping for eBay Open 2022. I'll also link my video up here of my eBay Open presentation on data and analytics, or tools and analytics. But I went to eBay Open. We were talking to executives, meeting with the CEO, meeting with all these executives and different teams. And the only time I heard them confirm something is in the algorithm. This is a box to check in the algorithm is free shipping. I will link a video up here. It's not necessarily for everybody. You can still make sales without it, but this is one of the things I have personally heard them say is in the algorithm. Now, I don't do free shipping. I will link a video here. Sometimes I run out of cards. I will link a video on how to decide if free shipping is for you, but it is one thing that they have confirmed. The other thing, and I will link a video up here of top rated. These are things eBay is saying. I wouldn't necessarily say that they have confirmed that they're in their algorithm, but these are things that they are telling you that they are looking for. To become top rated, these are things that eBay values. If they value it, they are going to be, and if you become top rated, they actually do say that they will push your items more. You'll get more exposure because you are a good, consistent seller. Buyers are going to come back if they have a good experience. So if you do what's in the top rated plan, and I will link a video up here walking through what that is and how to appease the top rated and get to top rated, but that's absolutely something. They have said they will give you more exposure. It is because of buyer behavior. These are things that bring people back and make eBay buyers happy, which ultimately come back to us personally as a seller. The next thing is more an SEO Google best practice, and it's white background. eBay and Google have both said best practice is a white background, and it's because the algorithm, the AI behind it, can pull an item that doesn't have a bunch of distractions. And so if it can pull it, it's going to show it more regularly than other items that it can't distinguish what it is, right? What is the background doing? It's saying, hey, someone's looking up a pair of Levi's, and the background, all this stuff in the background of the algorithm is going through all of these different items, figuring out what to show the buyer who's looking for a pair of Levi's. If you have a pair of Levi's and there's a bunch of stuff around it, the AI is not going to be able to figure out what that is. And if it doesn't know what it is, it doesn't know if it should show a buyer. It wants to show the buyer exactly what it's looking for, right? And so if you have a white background and it can easily tell that that is a pair of jeans, and your title, and this is the fourth thing, it goes into your title. Your title goes from left to right. So most important, the SEO, search engine optimization, is looking at your title to try and figure out, a buyer says, I want a pair of Levi's. It's going through your title from the left to right, figuring out, is this what I want to show this person who is searching for? And Levi's, so you want your most important words to the left because that's what it's looking for first. As a search engine, as people are looking at eBay, as people are looking in Google, they are searching for something, and the back end algorithm is figuring out what to show them so that they're happy, right? That is what the algorithm is doing. If you can understand that, you will make sales. If you guys like this video, YouTube also thinks, YouTube algorithm, right? It's going to show you a video that is similar to this because you guys watched through this. YouTube also thinks you might like this. I will link a playlist down here of how to make money reselling on Poshmark and eBay. And then make sure to hit that subscribe button to learn how to make money reselling.